Okay, I guess that's gonna work. Full disclosure, OBS is being a little buggy right now for me. There's two stream buttons, so... but it seems to have affected both of them when I press start streaming, so I guess I shouldn't worry too much. We'll be doing the Rising event and then some island stuff. This Rising event came out, and the reward is an Emmett Silk minion. There we go. Clockwork Solus. So let's start the quest. Excuse me. But this is my dear adventurer friend. Pleased to mind to see you again. Have you perchance come to join us in remembering the calamity? If you have a moment, there's a favor I would ask of you. Will you not hear me out? Sure. In part due to the promotional efforts during the recent Moonfire Fair, more people are seeking to take up adventuring. Not all are yet wise in the ways of the world, however, and I fear they might fall prey to less principled types in Uldal. If one such as you were to help them underway, I would feel more at ease. What say you? Will you not take up a fledgling adventurer under your wing? I'm truly grateful. Now, I believe a carriage is due to arrive shortly. If you go and wait at the gate of Nald, chances are a soul will wander in who has just embarked on their path of adventure. Pray greet them and offer your help. Or not, you'll have no trouble identifying them. You need but look for someone absorbed in their surroundings. I dare say it will feel like like glimpsing into the past, right to the part where you are greeted by a helpful stranger. I would like to think this is all in reference to how there were a shit ton of people who started playing FF14 last year around this time, so I would like to think so at least. Don't worry, I've roped in a ton of newbies in before, you know? This is your first trip to Uldal. Aye, he's also a Moonkeeper. Neat. Who are you? Seasoned adventurer. An experienced adventurer, you say? And you want to help me on my way? Well, I could certainly use some guidance. I've never been anywhere near as big and busy as Uldal. My name is Nagia Jakia, but just Nagi will do. And as you rightly guessed, I'm an aspiring adventurer. That's why I left my village and came here. So, I understand that you first need to register at the Adventurers Guild? Do you know where it is? It's right in front of you, I think. Yeah, right there. That would be the Uldal Adventurers Guild. It's just through that door, is it? Just through that door, is it? Thank you. I'll head there at once. Wait! Nagi rushes off before you can offer a further explanation. Perhaps you should follow him to the quicksand. In and out, in and out. Come on, Nagi, you can do it. Oh, it's you again. To be honest, I'm quite nervous. It's heartening to have you here, too. Yeah, better help him out, yeah? Why, hello there. What can I do for you today? Glad to hear the register, is he? Yes, madame. I wish to join the Adventurers Guild. My name is Nagia, and I'm 16 years old, practically a man grown. Aren't we all, everyone? Momodi's the name, and if you want to be an adventurer, then you've come to the right woman. There's nothing to it, really. You just need to write your name and register. Come. Well, that you're officially a member of the Adventurers Guild. If you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Don't worry, she's like that. Also, it's a natural thing for cat boys. No, then normally I'd offer you the grand tour. But in light of present company, I reckon you ought to have it from him. He's a renowned adventurer, after all, the bleeding champion of Eorzea, and he could do far worse than to get his advice. To begin with, perhaps you could recommend a guild here in Ul'dah for Nagi to join. If it's too noisy in here, there are benches just outside where you can have a nice little chat. Yeah. Oh, where is it? Oh, outside. Outside here. Forget there's both a front and side entrance. I must confess, choosing a guild is quite daunting. I'd appreciate any advice you can offer. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Alright, let's talk guilds. I'm all ears, Somnus. Why did you want to become an adventurer? A merchant who was in the carriage with me, Bray something, asked me to do much the same thing. At the time, I could not give a proper answer. I had a reason for living home, of course, but I couldn't express it in words. But having now set foot in Ul'dah, it's become clear to my mind. I wanted to know what lay beyond the horizon. I wanted to see it with my own eyes and be amidst it. You've been to many places, right? You like it then? Traveling it is? I love traveling. There's nothing like the thrill of seeing new sights. So you do. I have an older sister. During the calamity, we fled to Gridania and took refuge in a village in the... we fled to Gridania and took refuge in a village in the mountains. I ended up staying in that secluded place. And it's long been a dream of mine to travel the world. But inexperienced as I am, I don't know if I could live a life on the road. Is there a guild that could equip me with the skills I need? One representing students of the fighting arts. I see, a place where I can learn how to protect myself and others. If I recall correctly, Ul'dah is home to the Pugilist and Thaumaturgist guilds. Of the two, I choose the Pugilists. I've always enjoyed rigorous exercise, and I'm quite confident in my physical abilities. Yes, I believe this is the guild for me. I'll go and join it once. I can show you to the guild if you like. Oh no. Thanks for your concern, but I should be fine. If you still have some time though, can we meet again afterwards? There are a few things I'd like to ask you about. Great, I'll look for you here when I'm done. Fitting stargazing while the fireworks are going on. You wait a good while, but there's still no sign of Nagi. Perhaps you should look in on him at the Pugilist Guild. Perhaps. I was about to explain that that's not the general direction of the fireworks, and then I realized I don't see any of them, actually. I don't know where the general direction is. other than just above. Oh, okay. That was a most impressive display, young one. Watching you, I'm reminded of myself in my youth. Swift, strong, and handsome. Not to say that I'm not these things anymore, of course. You're too kind, Master Hamon. And I'm sure you're still all those things and more. No, you take care you don't flatter the old man overmuch. His neck couldn't bear his head getting any larger. Oh, Somnus, I'm glad to say that pugilism agrees with me. My thanks for your recommendation. Well now, Somnus, to think that you're the one who sent Nagi to us. The lad possesses rare talent, and I look forward to watching him grow in our art. I assume if he somehow never have done the pugilist quest at this point, then this might not be the dialogue you get, huh? Right then, my boy. Remember today's lesson well, and keep at your training. Next time, we shall try something a little harder. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. So engrossed was I into combinations, I lost track of time. Oh, I should mention something. As I was training, a peculiar minstrel approached me. He said that if I'm resolved to walk an adventurous path, I should seek him out for a task. Moreover, he asked you accompany me, if you're willing. He's apparently waiting at the Ruby Road Exchange. It's cute that this is the Rising quest, because I'm sure most veteran players have gone through this exact thing. You know, roping a newbie into the game. You know, recommending them what classes to pick and where to go and quests to do and shit like that, and just kind of like hovering around them while they do all that. My friend, you have done a splendid job as a guide. I was right to entrust the task to you. What? Do you mean to say Somnus approached me at your behest? He did, I must confess. You see, for my next composition, I seek to capture the essence of the times. While any number of subjects would be worthwhile, of greatest interest to me is the recent rise in ranks of adventurers. And thus bringing different generations of adventurers together, I had hoped for inspiration to strike. And I'm pleased to say it has. Drawing upon your experience walking your path, you have helped Nagi to begin walking his, a reminder that the present owes its existence to the past. That is to say, the present and past are deeply entwined. If we would capture the former, we cannot well disregard the latter, and this brings me to my next request. I ask that you each find an object with a connection to Calamity, the event which gave rise to the realm's rebirth, and present it to me with its tale. Well now, that sounds not like a treasure hunt, and it'd be my very first task as an adventurer. What do you say, Somnus? Shall we do it? Excellent. When you have your items, pray seek me out at the Ruby Road Exchange. I eagerly look forward to seeing what you bring. There are many vendors at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, right? Chances are they'll be having something. So let's begin our search there. But yeah. Actually, funnily enough, I don't think I've ever actually started a character in Ul'dah. Because this character, well, both this character and my alt, started in, Gridania. And I've played through the beginning of Limsa as well, but I've never played through the beginning of Ul'dah, so I can't actually say if this is similar to what you would be doing if you started the game here. Come on, let's begin looking around. Miyagi and Jakia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Nagi behind and, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. A lot of players probably wouldn't actually have run into this, part, because you don't have to have finished Endwalker in order to do this quest, right? So this is the first time people would be seeing for this. Welcome, welcome! What is it you offer? We're looking for, a relic of the Calamity. Objects with a connection to Calamity, you say? Why, I have just the thing. An amethyst ring from Ishgard, steeped in sentimental value. 5 years ago, on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, a young temple knight set out from his homeland, wishing to do his part for Eorzea when his nation would not. Alas, the man never arrived in the flats. En route, he came upon a merchant being attacked by a dragon and lost his life going to the stranger's aid. This was his ring, an heirloom passed down from his line. What a tragic tale. But I wonder, how did the ring find its way back? If the knight fell, it seems the merchant couldn't have survived unscathed. I remember now! Though the knight was mortally wounded, he succeeded in striking down the dragon, and with his last breath he entrusted the ring to the merchant. Yes, that's how it happened. So that's a cool top, by the way. I think that's the Uguaya top. So what do you say? If you're interested, I would be willing to part with the relic for a special price, but for today only. This feels a bit dubious. Shall we look around some more? There's bound to be other things out there. Oh, there's a conversation in here. Discuss the local cuisine. Oh, I didn't actually have a normal conversation. Ooh, is this local cuisine? Goodness, but everything looks amazing. In the course of your journeys, you must have sampled all kinds of food, from simple fare to exotic feasts. I look forward to sampling everything too. What's her normal conversation? An object with a connection to Calamity. I wonder what manner of things we'll find. There's a person over here. Jabed Tia. Oh, if it isn't Saltness! How have you been, my friend? I'm still working on my craft, as you can see. And for the Rising this year, Aston has organized this street exhibit for me. Feel free to browse at your leisure, and don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. That is a crafter quest thing. I know that because I have manipulation on almost everything. I just don't know which crafter this guy is from, so I'm utterly confused. We're looking for objects that bear a connection to Calamity. Do you have anything that fits the description? I think it might be Goldsmith. As a matter of fact, I do. Yonder Pain, entitled The Sultanas 7. Depicts an inspiring event from the Calamity. 'Twas the final days before the fall of Dongmood. Its inexorable approach foretelling our impending doom. Panic spread like wildfire, while many in their desperation turned on the Sultanate. Looting and rioting broke out across Ul'dah. To quell the masses, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo took to the streets with a guard consisting of only 7 subjects, for they alone had the courage to stand with their Sultana. There she addressed the rabble. Heed me, my beloved citizens. The realm lies under the brink of the 7th Umbral era. Yet so long as we live, we must not forget our compassion. Now is not the time to take from your neighbor, but to proffer him the hand of succor. Brought to their senses by her words, the people laid down their arms and set about healing the wounds they themselves had inflicted on Ul'dah. And those who returned to the battlefield found her home, or from the battlefield, found her home much as they had left it, a gleaming jewel in the desert. Her Majesty sounds like a great ruler. Ul'dah is fortunate to have her watching over it. Thanks for sharing the tale. It's indeed inspiring, and you've done an incredible job capturing it in glass. So far, so good. Let's look around just a little more. Scripts? Oh. Oh, it was Crafter Scripts. House of Splendors. What kind of place is this, I wonder? I see you're not familiar with the house. We offer wares in exchange for scripts, but our services are available only to those whom we know and trust. So if I want to be a customer, I need to make a name for myself. One day, Nagi, one day. Greetings! From daily necessities to unusual curios, I deal in all manner of wares. Wait, I think that's a girl. If there is something in particular you seek, you need but ask. Objects to do with the Calamity. The two of you are adventurers, are you not? In which case, I have something that may be of interest. It's a journal I acquired from an adventurer who retired injured. The man recorded his experiences during the Calamity in detail, and I dare say it has value for students of history. Oh, an adventurer's first-hand account. I'd love to pore over it. Do you keep a journal of your adventures as well, Somnus? If so, I'd love to read it too one day. With your permission, of course. Oh, for another historical piece, I also have a scrapbook of articles from The Raven, Gridania's leading tabloid. These mainly cover events outside the Calamity, however. Articles from The Raven, you say? I dare say we've seen enough. Let's find a quiet spot to discuss what to bring back. Right, this looks like as good a spot as any. I don't know about you, but that was all very new and exciting for me. Talking to myriad people, learning the tale behind each object, it's been a great experience and I won't soon forget it. Now then, we need to decide what we want to take to the minstrel. Have you made up your mind? The Retired Adventurers Journal. I see, I did consider that too, but in the end settled on something else. What is it? If you don't mind, I'd like to keep it a surprise. Come, let's purchase our respective items, and meet back here where the minstrel waits. It's also fitting that, like, they released this for the Rising events, like, what was it, like a month after they released the, obtained the Retired Adventures Journal. After they like released the like beginner's guide to Final Fantasy XIV like animated series, right? Which in of itself is really sweet. But on my alternative Twitter account, which will never be made public, or so help me God, I saw a few unsavory peoples who deal with something like this. Going around talking about how they're going to like find a way to recreate their character models in game and make them fuck, and I'm just like, they're innocent. They're children's characters, and then I quickly thought to myself, when has that ever stopped someone? Welcome back. You each found an item, I trust. Well now, what have we here? The Journal of an Adventure, you say? Despite the vendor's claims, such records typically do not have much historical value, on account of their limited perspective and inherent partiality. Yet by the same token, they have great value to me, for they offer a glimpse into the writer's heart. There is no richer material for penning verses. Hello, Ellis. I'm doing fine. Now then, what of you, young Nagi? And what might this be? It's a scrapbook of articles from the Raven. You see, my sister is a reporter for the tabloid. During the Calamity, she traveled the realm, interviewing adventurers about their journeys, and I loved nothing more than to hear her tales. They seemed like a diverse crowd, adventurers. No two people were alike, and yet they were united in the free, unshackled lives they lived. It struck a chord with me, and in time I found myself admiring them. Looking back, it was my sister who instilled in me the desire to see the world, to become an adventurer. That's why I chose the scrapbook. see, the footprint someone leaves on their journey becomes the starting point for another. Yes, a verse comes to me. A blessing for those souls who are taking their first cherry steps into the unknown. Pray, lend me your ears. I am not gonna sing this, by the way. But whatever. Oh, wait, no, he's not gonna sing. He's just gonna send me a vision of Yoshi P talking and thanking me for playing the game. Ah, yes. There's the man himself. Greetings, Warrior of Light. They're acting as though I've never done a Rising event before, huh? This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps or perhaps not. Just a pleasure to meet you again. As oh, okay, maybe they are treating it as if I've done it before. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. First of all, I wish to thank you for continuing to grace us with your presence. You and your fellow adventurers are an inspiration, and this shall never change. The world, however, is an ever-changing place, mysterious in its elusiveness. Unexpected hardships may turn our lives upside down, and though we all desire peace deep in our hearts, the sparks of conflict never cease to be struck. Like an adventurer's journey, the world is constantly moving towards the unknown, and it takes considerable courage to alter course. Yet I ardently believe that it is but a small but significant step in our quest to create new adventures. Indeed, another great change is about to visit the world, and it shall open the way to exciting new journeys. And 'tis our abiding hope that our journey together shall ever continue on, to the distant horizon and beyond. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Return to walking your path, and know that you are in our hearts always. Till next we meet, I bid you safe travels. Big 9th anniversary, almost at the 10th after all, right? Next year would be the 10th anniversary, and that's gonna be a huge Rising event, I'm sure. Because that would mean there would be 10 of them. Thank you for your generous reward, and the uplifting verse. It gives me courage for the road ahead. Speaking of which, it's time I set out on my own. But it was in brief, I enjoyed our time together, and I hope to see you again somewhere out there. Pass my regards to your sister. Pass my regards to your sister. Hey, hey! In case she's single, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really mean it that way, but it's funny that that option stands out. Though much and more was lost into calamity, intrepid souls continued to set forth, paving the way unto the future. In such a moment in history do we stand. And for you, I would perform another song. Oh, this one it is sung, so I'm not gonna sing it. Life is a riddle to bear gladness and grief, leave stars and through storms the answers to seek. Your footprints are threads to be gathered and woven, a song of dawn resplendent, dancing high to the heavens. From the embrace of the gods flow, mankind has been torn. Upon winds, eternal lives and memories are born. future is unwritten, bring its rapture or sorrow. Our journey shall continue until tomorrow and tomorrow. Huh. I think that's the lyrics to one of the vocal songs. Ah, there's the fireworks. Maybe. I don't know. I wonder, how did you feel as you watched Nami set off? Did the sight fill you with worry for a fledgling adventure? Or did it awaken fond memories of your own humble beginnings? Whichever it may be, I know that yours is a journey more trying than most. There will be times when you are overcome by loneliness, and each step feels heavier than the last. In such a moment, I bid you remember this. As long as you harbor love for this world, ever shall there be a place for you in it. Your adventures will never end. Hey, that also kind of looks like the Azem sign as well. It's like a combination of the two. Or at least I think it kind of does. Hold on. Or at least I think the Azem sign looks like that. I have the Azem stone from the collector's edition right here in my hand, so kinda. It's a little lopsided in the actual thing, in all fairness. So. I guess that makes sense. No one really. The common man does not know what a Zem is, so. Anyways, here's a Clockwork Solus. Scuffed ass Emmett Selk. It's such a meme. I mean, I'm not gonna knock whoever modeled him, because at the end of the day, like, you know, cooking is tough work, right? But like, I don't know, he looks so stupid. Anyways, that was a Rising event. Glad it was only one quest, and that was quick. Shame it didn't have a fun mini game to it like the last few did. But I mean, they wanted to tell a story inspired by like inspired by the WoW exodus essentially, and the amount of people who just started playing the game ever since last year. So and a shit ton of people who are still picking up the game actually. Anyways, it's time for me to retreat to the island sanctuary yet again. Because I want to check up on some of the progress here. I want to... Actually, I want to expand so that I don't have to gather shit myself. Because one of the big issues is that I'm gathering shit myself. Which... it's the intent, and I'm sure that's fine. It's just that, like, it's boring and tedious and long. So, but in order to do that, I need to open up this bit of the island. And to do that, I need... but I'll need to find the right tools and a team. So, what do I have to do? Shovel and better-sized mammoth tools. Okay, alright. Let's start with the shovels instead. I have... free copper ore. Hold on. I should probably check if I have a deficit in Sanctuary Claws. But I think I can get a gain on Sanctuary Claws now. So that might not be that big of an issue. Yeah, I can gather them again. I forgot to feed the animals yesterday. Shit. Well, let's gather their stuff first, and then I'll feed the animals. I forgot to feed the animals. It's okay. I'm gonna have some really, some nice yummy greens for them. as opposed to just apples, since we did get a pumpkin harvest the other day. So where's the pumpkin harvest? Let's change the feeding mode. Ooh, but wait. Okay, but I don't have 2 types of greens, so I'll just craft as many of these pumpkin greens as possible. Maybe I don't need quite 12. Maybe 10. Okay. Island green. Oh, fuck, that gave me a lot. That gave me a lot more than I thought I was gonna get. Well, at least I won't be hurting for greens. That means I also need to make a nice variety of greens as well. Oh, which I'm starting to get. I got pumpkins now. I'm making cabbages as well, so... Do they need to be watered, though? Status. They are pretty good on water, actually, now, so... Alright, so... I should be good on the claws now, yeah? Yeah, okay. I'm no longer on a deficit. But... I need to get the mammoth tools. So I need a 9, or I need 10. So 11. I need a total of 11 copper from where I get copper. And I'll have to source clay and tin sand as well. Of which I haven't gathered any of those yet. Let's go gather the copper first, though. Oh fuck, yeah, I need to switch to Gabber mode. So I need to get 11 more copper than what I have. So 1, 2... I saw a little life hack on Twitter where someone switched to like, where's my dancing? And then like use their I lost count. And use their gap closer abilities. Because they all cooldowns. Like none of the gap closers for some reason for all the melee DPS change. Or share cooldowns. So I think this might be curtains for the amount of copper I can get here. Actually, oh yeah, right. I'll get the clay and tin sand from using the shovel. So let me craft the shovel first then. And then I'll be able to get clay and tin sand. I think I still need a scythe in order to get a... Yeah, I still just get Isle Wart from that. Well, might as well dig that up. Get some clay. So that's the clay deposit. Those like dirt mounds. That's the clay deposit. I think I might have all the copper I need now. Yeah, and then some. It's nice to have an excess still, though. So, some excess. Actually, that's everything. So now we just need clay and tin sand. Now I know I gathered clay just now, so that means that's in my gathering log now. Yep. So I'll know the most efficient place to find it is there. I figured as such, actually, because I saw, like, big... lots of piles of dirt there, so... So I'm sure the waters, the mounds underwater was where you get, yep, tin sand. We should get plenty of clay from this deposit there. Possibly enough for everything to be over with, actually. That give me? Like 6. We're not done with getting island clay yet. Those will respawn eventually. In fact, they're about to respawn right about now, actually. Man, having a tool to gather from where you're getting things makes it a lot faster, isn't it? Like, just using the proper tool for it. Like, I can assure you that, like, this would be a lot slower if I would just use my hands to gather everything. And I had the proper tool, I have a shovel. So it's just click and move on. Alright, time to find some tin sand, since... What's up there? I suppose that does make sense. That does indeed track. It's where all the rocks are. It also happens to be where a lot of sand could be. So... Yeah, this is where it starts. So let me also gather the rocks as well. Just because, again, it's nice to have an excess of everything. It is a bit irritating to have your camera centered around the object you're targeting every time this happens, especially if you're grabbing a shit ton of things. I saw that there's a command that can circumvent that, but possibly that just might be just a chain Square Enix themselves have to enact. Because this is annoying. Especially if you're gathering a shit ton of things in quick succession, like... Unless you're the type of person to just keep the camera stable and never move it. It's disorienting. Alright. Time to build the mammoth-sized tools. Well, I can just use the spell. Alright. Are those tools you have there? Beautiful! Dangerous tools for cutting things and smashing them up? Give them here! Nice and easy. And while you're at it, please give me 1,000 Seafarers galleries. They're not for me, mind you. I need funds for the entire team. Some mammoths want to be paid for their work, but me? For free is payment enough. Level the land! I'm running out of calories though, so, like... Maybe gotta calm down on the big old expansion, eh? 3 new plots? Yeah, we are gonna calm down on the good old expansion. I ain't gonna even think about... I'm not even gonna think about expanding even further than this, and it is encouraging me to expand further than this. You know, we have facility 3, 4, and 5. Let's construct a granary. I don't have the materials for a granary. This is great. Suppose I actually want 2, yeah? Unless this up here is... No, it's for the second landmark. Okay. Okay, so let's make 2 granaries and a bathhouse. So, let's think about some of the materials I'm gonna need. A shit ton of gathering now is going to save me a lot of gathering time later, so better think about it now while I still have the chance. And hide away. So we need 20. We essentially need 20 of almost all of these, actually. 20 palm logs, 20 regular logs, 20 clay, and 20 copper. I guess we'll start simple with the palm logs. Especially since I need an extra 3 as well for our production, so... Over here for the fine as well. we'll just focus on gathering 20 of those. As well as vines. And I needed clay, right? Not sand or anything. Clay. Right? Yeah, clay. So... that's not going to be a helpful deposit for me. And none of these stones are really going to be that useful either. So I'm just going to focus on getting all the palm trees. And a bunch of vines as well. But mainly palm trees. I do need normal logs as well, so maybe I balance out with trying to gather logs from here. Why aren't the why aren't the trees respawning? They should be respawning. How much does it take for a tree to respawn? Actually. I think I hit it, but that seems a little much. I don't have a good route here, but it's... I guess it's gonna have to work. How many of them do I have right now, actually? Oh, Tori. I need 23, or 26, so... like 10 more. Might as well just get the rock as well. So as to, again, balance out the respawn time. Guess I'll grab the rock first and then the vine. That makes 26, actually. So, Now, next thing I'll need are 10 more island logs. 10 more island logs would be over here. Should be a place to find them. Might as well grab these for vines as well, whilst I'm amidst the rotation. Man, I just ate, but I'm really craving chicken nuggies right now. I don't know why. It's just the craving is just so sudden. Like, I'm very suddenly craving chicken nuggies right now. I have no idea where this craving is coming from. I am deeply worried for myself. I guess I know what I'm gonna get for lunch, right? In like a couple hours, but I gotta stave off the craving for chicken nuggies. Till then. Not all of them have respawned yet? No, but this has, so I can grab this. Man, respawning shit is just so confusing. Like, you can't... You think you're in a good loop, right? And then you're like, maybe like 3 off from completing a whole ass loop. So you're awkwardly going from one end of the map to the other. Because you just didn't quite get the respawn shit all worked out. How many do I have actually? Of island logs? 17. So I don't need that much more. I can just like I can actually start farming for clay actually right now. This is right here. And in the process of getting all the clay I need, I'll get all the wood I need, I'm sure. I don't need tin sand, but it's nice to have some tin sand, especially since I'm pretty sure I will need it for other things anyways. So, might as well grab what I can. I'm trying to make this loop as all-encompassing as possible, so... Actually, now that I've expanded my farm, or not farm, pasturing, can I craft different restraints? Nope, just a shitty little net that I've got. At least I can make them in abundance now. Well, maybe not after I crap fucking 2 granaries, but... I mean, especially afterwards, right? I have 20 island logs. How many vines do I have? How much clay do I have? Almost enough clay. And almost enough vines, actually. I don't know what else I need, though. find excess. Just grab a couple vines where it's just there, after all. Because, like, if you're not hunting for anything in particular, or are fine getting excess materials and random shit, then, like, you can kind of go on a long-winded giant loop all around the island, which will curse you forever. In terms of trying to, sustain a perfect loop. You know, for being a lot of gather points in quick succession, this is not a lot of clay. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clay per run. Which is just... Isn't it just a nice, round, even number? You know? A good old 7 clay. Let's get the copper now. I need 20 copper. So we'll be gathering for copper for a long time. Long time. It's over in this corner. Actually, should probably start the loop up here. And then go around. This is the only reason why I got everything up to level 80, by the way. This thing that I'm riding upon. It's the only reward that's worth it for leveling up jobs. Nothing else is. Trust me on this one. Because, like, the only other rewards are, like, scuffed-looking hats, essentially. They're crowns, but they're scuffed-looking hats, and especially if you, like, were active to do the level 80s event this year, like, just got a bunch of better ones. Right atop your head, right atop my current head right now. It's the one I'm wearing right now. It's the one I wear on all my glands. But, no, it isn't. Fuck. That's the Moogle mask. Hold on. Yeah, there I go. Fixed it. The Moogle mask is the only exception because I like to put it on Ninja because it reminds me of Kitsune mask for ninjas. I like that. I like that feel and look and whatnot. And I don't remember actually having that on my alt. Actually, I don't think I have a Kitsune mask on, or Moogle mask on my alt. She definitely wasn't around to do the move fire very bad, and I don't think I botted, so. Oh yeah, and my ranged Pokemon trainer outfit also doesn't have the crown. It has the a baseball cap. A lot of people don't like it because it covers their ears as a Mitote. I'm fine with my ears being covered. I'm very fine with my ears being covered, in fact. I just don't care, really. As long as I keep my tail. Right. That's kind of all I care. We haven't gotten all the rocky outcrops. Let's see if I can close the loop here. I cannot close the loop there. Okay. Maybe I can close the loop elsewhere. Like up here, perhaps. Nope, definitely can't. Yep, the loop's closed now, but I think I have enough copper, actually. Or do I? Hold on. Nope, nowhere near enough. I remember I had a friend who had a Shikuchi. Yeah, a Shikuchi macro, where like, he would Shikuchi, right? And then, like, change gear sets to, like, a gear set where he was naked. This was back before glamour plates were a thing, so he couldn't have glamored on the naked glamour. He actually had to take up a slot with a gear set. He actually had to take up a slot with a gear set in order to, like, you know, do that. And that's what he did, and that's what it was. And then at the end of it all, like, he would, like, look down, like, his character would look down at himself and get embarrassed. Might have enough by now. Copper. This is a lot of copper per cycle, so I would be very surprised if I did not have enough copper at this point. Oh, more than enough. Plenty. So that's everything I need for Hold up. Oh god, what the fuck was that? I'm okay. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, it's raining again. Always a blessing when it rains. That means I don't have to water shit. Granary 1? Which will be done in about, at 4? Or about 4. It takes like 2 hours, yeah, so. I think it's like 2 hours based on like the top of the hour. Based on the top of the hour that you're in. I don't have material deficits. Yep. Nice. then now I can think about making a landmark. I want a bathhouse. I don't care about a trade fort. I want a bathhouse, I guess. So that means clams. Where do I get clams? Maybe digging up sand on the beaches? Perhaps. Maybe it's just another tool that I can... I don't know. But I'm gonna... I'm first going to gather the island logs since I need 15. So. Just checking up on my dudes here. Yep, they're all watered. They're all full. No leavings. I can have a total of 10 of them, actually. I should probably get a second lamb. So I can get another source of fleece. And maybe, like... yeah, another lamb. Yeah. Which means I need to craft more restraints. They're lambs. What are they gonna do to try and escape me? I'll craft enough for 5. They're fucking lambs. What are they gonna do? I just need one after one, right? And one more for the fleece. Probably recoup those costs. And again, focus on getting logs. Until we hit our first lamb. There we are. Where she be? Capture. And, make sure for them. Gotcha! Nope. Gotcha! Seriously? Gotcha! Hey! Let's go back and feed the little bird. The little squirt. We have plenty of feed after all. Feed. It'll also give me even numbers on my, there we go. My feed. There we go. Okay. Back to gathering trees. I don't need to calculate 2 of them, so I'd rather a bathhouse. So I need 8 more. I need to find out where the fuck the source clams. It probably would have been better to just mount up for that, honestly. This whole place is gonna be like a long stretch of like land, so there'll be long distances between gathering points. More tree. I need more tree. More tree. I feel I feel like the one sword right now. Just chopping down trees and then having surprised Pikachu face syndrome. Whenever whenever I look back and I see no trees. Oh, I remember this one meme when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out and people were chopping down trees. And then they were chopping it down to to the beaten drum of how bad I can I be from Lorax. And I'm like, that's perfect. I wonder if anybody did that yet for Island Sanctuary 14. There's gotta be, right? The overlap between Animal Crossing fans and the fans of this is staggering. There's bound to be someone out there who has done it or remembers them. For those who remember, right? There's someone out there who shares the memory and decided to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to put it. Maybe I'll have to take it upon myself to do it. Also, I think I gathered way more than I actually needed. Hold on. That's an issue I often run into whenever I do this or something like this. It's just gathering's way too much. Actually, no. I gathered just. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. I gathered just enough. Just enough. Okay, time to look for clams. I don't know where the fuck to start with clams. But I'm going... Actually, no, I do know where to start with clams. I can start by the beach. I'm going to make the bold assumption that the, I should probably gather these, actually. These aren't under normalization, huh? No, they are. Actually, fuck. Whatever. Still doing it. Nope, nope, nope. Can't stop myself though. I need copper for a lot of things, okay? We're in the Bronze Age now. We ain't just in the Stone Age. Oh, hold on. Fishing spot? That's the gathering point for like fishing shit. But I don't have like a fishing mode. I don't. Do I have a fishing rod that I can craft? No. Because I'm assuming that would be where I get my clams. Is through that. Yeah, that drops clay. Well, I'm at it. I might as well, actually. I still haven't caught enough Kalu yet, and I want one. I'm gonna use the rest of my nets to try and grab one. I've gotten one! Yay! I just feed it apples for now, but still. I'm happy. I'm happy now. Hold on, though. How do I get those fishing spins? Do I need to make a spear to spear fish? Perhaps? Because I can't craft any more tools. But it's obvious that I need a tool for this operation. Do I need to level up? I might need to level up the sanctuary ring in order to be able to think about doing that. Since I can't do much, my hands are tied. I'm positive that's where you get the clams. I'll feed the code an apple for now, since I want to run out of apples after all. Or sweet feed, I guess. Yeah, like... Huh. How do I get those fish spots? Do I literally have to be a fisher? Can I actually? I need to satiate this curiosity of mine that I've had for a bit. Can I fish here? There are plenty of bodies of water. There's no reason why they would restrict regular fishing. They restrict regular gathering, that's for sure. It's not a fishable body of water. What about the beaches? They're probably the same, actually. I want a chocobo so badly. I want the black chocobo, actually, because I know there's a black chocobo somewhere out here. That one's the, like, the especially rare one, yeah. I wonder what chocobos do give you, though. Because you can't mount upon them. I also want a dodo just because they look funny. Okay, maybe switch to Gabramon and see if there's anything. There's this. Why would it show me the fish or fishing icon? The fish icon. Why would it show me the fish icon if I can't, you know, gather fish of which they represent? Yeah, I can't dive. Oh! I can! This must be where I get my clams then. Damn. I tried to dive down before, but I guess I didn't press control and space enough, I guess. Whatever the case, I'm grabbing a ton of clams here. Ooh, seaweed as well. Laver. Okay. This is pretty shallow waters, though. Whoa, what? That's a shark! That's a shark! I was like, what is that? What is that big... What's casting that big shadow? Well, now I can make my bathhouse, so... I think it asked to grab the clams for decoration purposes alone. Which I can respect, but at the same time, like... Damn, why? Could we just go with not having the clams? Maybe wait until I do get them while you build the rest of it, right? Why do we have to wait till... Well, silly me. I was about to ask a stupid question. Why do we have to wait until we get all the stuff before we start building something? And I realized... Oh, wait. I do that on a very regular basis. So this will be done at 2 AM, so during maintenance. It looks like they're crafting two different things. Oh, hold on. That's a granary. Is this making a workshop? Oh my god, if it is. No! Ugh! I didn't want it to be a workshop. I wanted it to be a granary. Ugh, I fucked up. God, I fucked up the materials. Can I at least change them to be a granary by the time they're built, actually? Island ruined! The island is ruined! The island is ruined! I wanted that to be a granary! God damn it! It's like is there anything that like lets me like stop like construction? Ugh. I didn't want a third workshop! God damn it! I guess it's fine. Just information not to make another workshop. God! Well, what can you do about it now, I guess? Fucking my island sanctuary is ruined now! It's ruined because of that. Absolutely fucking ruined. God damn it! Well, fuck. Is there a way to demolish them? I mean, I guess I shouldn't mind having 3 workshops, right? After all that. But, like, at the same time, I do! Because I wanted another granary. To equalize my material gain from my material loss whenever I'm crafting shit. Which is a very sound thing and reasonable thing to want and expect. At least I'm building the bathhouse that I wanted to build. It looks like a windmill on here, but it is a bathhouse. I'm looking into the forums and whatnot. Yeah, no, there is no option to demolish a building. There isn't. There isn't. You're stuck with your stupid decisions. That's really stupid! How did they not think to do that? I guess there's gonna be like a patch later on. If we like complain loudly enough that like we can't demolish buildings yet we want to, then like someone on the dev team is gonna be like, oh shit, we should have probably done that. Because like, I mean like, I guess it's fine. That means I'll have cap, right? I'll have capped out workshops. Right? I wanted to too, but like I guess that just means I'm capped out. That's it. That just means I'm capped out. That's all that means, is that I'm capped out. So on workshops. So next time I can make another granary when I expand the area. But fucking... So, to expand the area, I need to level up to level rank 6. The question now being, do I want to do that? Because... this is so fucking frustrating. I think I do. Right now. If I'm going to care that much about the symmetry of it all, then... then I'm gonna have to grind until I'm rank 6. For Sanctuary rank. I'm about halfway there already, so... yeah. Yeah. Ugh. It's just what I'll do. It's just what I'll do. It's just what I'll do. What is happening? Okay, Island Sanctuary. Grinding. Grind. Like, I'm about halfway through till rank 6. So. Well, yeah. How much does... I'm gonna look into, because I'm gonna look at how much completing one of the projects gave me for Island Sanctuary. Don't say, because I turned those in yesterday. Because of course. Well, I guess I'm gonna craft a shit ton of apples, and I'm not gonna use the apples for much else. A shit ton of sweet feed. That's 120 island experience points. I think that's gonna be the way to do it, for now, at least. I have 7,000. Actually, precisely, I have 6,385 experience. assuming I get 10 island experience points for approximately everything I do. 6,385. Calculator. 6385 divided by 10. I need to gather 638.5 things, or rather do 600, which I'm gonna do. I know I shouldn't, because, like, but, like, what else am I gonna do, I guess? But more importantly, just, like, I would need to do the grind anyways. I would need to, or not the grind, but I would need to, like, gather shit anyways, right? So might as well just run around clicking on things that look shiny until until I'm all stuffed up of stuff. And since I'm not looking for anything in particular, I'll just grab whatever now. And then I can craft whatever I can craft, I guess, to loosen it all. And sell as well. So it's not a pointless endeavor to try and get myself to rank 6. It's just gonna take a long ass time, right? But I'm just gonna be honest. I'm doing this as a copium move. I'm just gonna grind, only being fueled by pure copium. That's just kind of what I'm gonna have to run with here. I'm just gonna have to be fueled by pure ass copium right now, just grinding shit to hell and back until, like, I'm tired of this place and want out. After all, I don't feel as though, like, the 600, whatnot, it's like, what, 638? That's gonna disappear, right? I think I've gathered an equivalent amount, and I don't even need to gather it at all. That's experience, like, I get approximate amounts of experience for doing anything, really. Crafting something, gathering something, collecting animals, right? So that's just what I'll do. I'll just run around the island, clicking on the shiny bits, building up a reserve of random shit in my inventory, so that I don't really need to do this again, actually. Ooh, I can get Papotos! Hey, I can also figure out what I can get with the shovel, actually, yeah. 'Cause there's more that I can get with the shovel than just, like, regular couple of things, of course. So, like these Papoto seeds, or Papoto sets, that I can use to make greens, or to make more Papotos, yeah? It's not all doom and gloom, me spending way too much time grinding on shit, right? I wonder, actually. These look like pineapple stuff, so am I gonna, no. I'm just gonna use my hands to grab that. Okay, things that I'm gonna use my hands to gather, I'm gonna ignore, because I know I can get more from those resources, so. This, honestly, is just the copium play, but, I mean, it's so frustrating that, like, there's no way to demolish them, and you don't need to, technically speaking. If you've grinded Island Sanctuary up to the max, right? If you like have expanded your island enough, then like if you've expanded your island enough, then like you have enough resources. 'Cause there's a cap for the amount of like certain buildings you get, right? And you're eventually going to have that cap, right? You're eventually going to have the maximum amount of everything you could possibly have. So there's no point in reversing decisions, right? If you're eventually gonna have everything anyways, right? If you're eventually going to have your cake and eat it too. It just makes the grind towards that point really, really arduous. Towards the point of getting, because like, you know, there is a most efficient way to do so. And if players find themselves not doing the most efficient thing, and yet wanting to do the most efficient thing, and seeing that they can't, it will lead to things like my earlier gamer moment, where I just got really, really frustrated. I get that, like, when testing it, they probably didn't even account for that, right? They probably didn't account for players wanting to have specific things during progression, while they were progressing, because, like, you're gonna have everything anyways, right? Yeah, you're gonna have your cake and eat it too. You don't need to min-max progression, because there's no min-maxing. Everyone's gonna have the same shit by the end regardless. It's just that, like, that's the end game. That's the end point. The progression to that, there is a, like, most efficient way to do that. And that is really frustrating. Like, I guess the only thing that really... Because I haven't actually checked out the granary yet. Who knows? Maybe one is way more than enough, right? Maybe one granary is enough to, like, gather, like, a week's worth of material for me. And I, like, effectively never need to gather again. Because I have a granary on my side. Right? Just who knows? Because, like, at the end of the day, like, I can't really dictate that, right? But, again, it is frustrating thinking that I could be gathering more, and that I don't like the workshop as well. That's kind of the big thing. So I don't really enjoy working on the workshop too much. So to have more of that, it's just agonizing. Oh, I can't gather that for without a pickaxe, I guess. Hey, I already got down like 30 some odd things. More than that. We're in the realm of having to do 500 things. This goes by quickly if you don't care about exactly what you get. In fact, actually, hold on. Let's grab as many restraints as possible. Grab a couple of these bows. Why not? That'll get me a good chunk of experience as well. The makeshift nut, it was ineffective against the island doe. Never mind. I guess this would be high level land because I don't have a pickaxe to grab any of the high level ores here, so. Again, this is totally the copium play, but like... if I dedicate myself to getting to rank 6... Because by a lot of metrics, I'm pretty close, right? I'm pretty close by a lot of metrics. It certainly helped that I did a shit ton of gathering today too, like crafting a bunch of things. So like, ranking up is not gonna be as agonizing, but this will definitely be the last time I do something this insane because. Holy shit, is Island Sanctuary not supposed to be a place for you to grind? It's supposed to be a thing where you do your daily amounts of things you can do, and then you fuck off for a bit while the mammoths do all the hard work. And then you come back and suddenly stops. Right? It's more managerial than, like, survival game, right? Again, it's a lot more like Animal Crossing than you think. It's less like you're like in an island getaway relaxing and more so like you're managing a fucking government. Or like a company, right? It's a black chocobo! I can't get it though because the fucking net can't get chocobos. Okay, I gotta mark this as a location. This is where you get black chocobos. This is about where you get black chocobos. This point right here. Or I guess that's where that black chocobo spawns. Who knows, especially if I do this. Having one granary, I'll never have to gather another day in my life. After all, like, hard work now pays off later. You know? I think we're about to breach 1300. Like, pretty soon, pretty quickly. Ooh, here's a shit ton of vines. More things for me to get materials for crafting. I'm sure, like, later if I can, like, use like a scythe or something to grab bamboo from here. One of those. That would be lovely. There's a lot of them here. Actually, I'm gonna save this location for if I need, like, bamboo. Because I'm sure that drops bamboo. Because I don't need a shit ton of vines, really, because the makeshift net sucks. So. feeds. Oh hey, I forgot to feed the animals as well. So once I make the loop back home, then... Cause or the Apollo, I mean. Or did I feed the Apollo? I don't remember anymore. God damn it. This will give me a lot of the Islander calories as well, doing this. Which can net me rewards such as... I don't know. I don't quite know. I honestly don't have a clue. Or, you know, actually more accurately, this will actually let me craft more things. with the workshop, and finish out the season. Maybe start picking it up the next season. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I didn't gather any other seeds other than pumpkin seeds. I should probably gather cabbage seeds. Or like other types of seeds. I mean, I guess I had the potato seeds. Parsnip? I have some parsnip seeds? I should look into those. So what's a thing that I want? Gather. Especially for workshop 2. Let's see. What are the things that are... Maybe grilled clams? Maybe barboot? Barboots or... Ooh! I'm gonna work on... I'm gonna have workshop... I'm gonna have one workshop working on barboots. Entire day, tomorrow, and today. Whereas the other workshop is going to work on grilled clams. That should tell me what I'm missing too. I am missing 5 clams and 5 flavors. So down to the beach I go to gather them. Just making sure I fed our guys. Let me check if everyone's moved. I should probably also rename them as well, yeah. Akalu is not looking too good, but Is it just clams and whatever that thing is that I need? Yeah, those are the only ones I have a deficit in. I don't actually have a deficit in anything else. Surprisingly enough, don't have a deficit in Crocodile that I needed a lot. But that's gonna take a lot though, so I should probably still focus on trying to gather more of it. And again, I'll focus on trying to get way more than I actually need. I want that surplus, man. And you know, especially if I like have some like large surpluses that I can fork with, I can, you know, work with them. Like if I have an abnormally large amount of, say, like something or the other, right? Something, just something, right? Like sand, right? Because I've been gathering on it, or stones, especially. Then like all the better, right? All the better for me to just you know. Because that's gonna give me Islander Calorie, and that will. I should have checked actually what it is that those gave. I didn't. I mean, I even had the chance. Hey, we're within 1,300, so we need 5,000 more, meaning 500 more. Or is it 500? No, 50. Oh, what? My math is weird. So 5,000. It's 10 per 500. Yes. Approximately 500 more shits to get. And it could be anything, and crafting gives experience as well, so I could just theoretically speaking, actually, I could just run around collecting apples and then craft the sweet feed. Boom stonks. And just sell all the vines that I don't need. Is the highest number of things I need. Like, so like, say, like, sell shits, say, for 20. And that should give me a bunch of those Islander calories, and possibly help me just buy everything. Actually, I'll do that right now, since I don't have a deficit on anything. export materials. Why do I have -1 surplus of island waivers? I've not actually used any of the fleece. Might as well. Water pump surplus. Well, out of the milk surplus. Check out what the Islander calories get from them. Oh, just... Oh. Oh, it's an extra way to get some of this shit. Actually, is probably really, really useful. Hold on. Am I in a deficit of... I'm in a deficit of waivers. Huh. Back to the beaches I go. I think another thing that's helping me cope with this, and me doing this, and inspired the decision, remember when I leveled all my crafters, and I was like, I want a surplus of things, because it's going to, I'm going to need to craft a lot, right? And I fucking broke my mind gathering like 100 of every material that I could possibly ever needed, when it was way too much, and I leveled like 3 jobs all the way up to level 80, like 9. I fucking broke my mind doing that. I think I remember making a solemn vow to never do such a wild stunt ever again. And, I mean, look at what I'm doing. I'm thinking of gathering like 300 or 630 some odd things in order to level up an island. It's part of the reason why I haven't actually leveled my other crafters, which I will eventually. Actually, really should. Just awkward not having all of them at level, a level 90, you know? Once I have all my battleship level 90, or at least a good majority of them, and I don't care. I'm hoping that, like, the FC being kind of active again isn't like a temporary thing, and people actually do start logging into the game again. Especially since there's a shit ton of content to do. Like, Island Sanctuary is basically an entire another game. So, like... I sincerely hope that's the case, but I have no way of actually knowing if it is, or if people care enough to log back into the game still, for this, or even for anything. I want that to be the case, because I miss just chilling with the FC. Ooh, I can grab coral? Ayo? more shit to for the workshop to use. To make more shit. Okay, now I'm no longer at a deficit of levers, but I should definitely gather more things. Should I put up a Spotify playlist as opposed to listen to the in-game music for the upteenth time? Especially since I might actually end up just going silent after after EXP level fucking like 1400 or something like that. 14,000, excuse me. There's a shit ton more EXP that you need to level up than just a couple hundred. Hey, I've caught myself on the loop. Heyo. There's so many things here. None of them are clams, but it's all a bunch of coral. Maybe I should go to the other beach for coral. Or clams, I think. Clams. Since I want clams. Right? Because I need to make grilled clams. That might be good for a good while, so having clams. Alright, let's swim back to shore and move to the other beach where I can gather my clams. Or since I don't really need to right now, I can just walk around gathering a shit ton of apples and then craft a bunch of apples and then that'll get me a shit ton of EXP. Fuck it. Fuck it. Where are apples in the gathering log, huh? Over here? Okay. Excuse me. Ah, God! My body is just not wanting to cooperate today, huh? Doing this reminded me of when I, gathered 100 things. To level up my crafters, right? Which subsequently reminds me of, another dude that I knew. Different dude, different guy than the one with the Shikuchi macro. When Shadowbringers came out, because he was an avid gatherer. I could just say it's Ren. Can I? Right? I can just say it's red. I mean, it's barely. Okay, so Ren, when Shadowbringers came out, he was a like big gabber guy, right? He was like the FC's resident gabber. If anybody needed materials for anything, because like, you know, he wanted to get into crafting, and everybody refused to sponsor him, and he's just like, fine, I'll do it myself. So one night, like a couple, like a month after Shadowbringers came out, but one night he was just like, fuck it, I need to level my grabbers. So he just started gathering random shit in like a circle around Lakeland or something like that, right? Of course, like, he had to be drunk in order to get through it. Yeah, you can't really go through that experience sober. It's maddening if you tried to do that. Don't say anything about me. But, you know, he just blacked out drunk for a good, I wanna say, like, God knows how many hours, like, a whole day, basically. We're just gathering random shit around Lakeland, and boom, we got, like, all level 80 gathers except for Fisher. I barely gathered any apples, and I was here to gather apples. Hold on, let me start trying to gather apples. Hey, we just need 400 more things. 100 things isn't really that grueling after all, especially if you don't particularly care about what you get, as long as you're getting something, right? You just multiply that by 4 and boom. 6, I guess. Well, we already went through 200 things, yes! Exactly. We already went through 200, gatherings. I mean, technically, like, it wasn't, like, I didn't gather 200 things, necessarily, because, I mean, a lot of the XP came from crafting shit as well. I just realized that, like, come 4 o'clock, the workshop and granary are gonna be done. And by the time those are done, we're gonna be rank 6. By the time we're rank 6, we can expand the island. And by the time we are rank 6 and need to expand the island, we're gonna need more. We're gonna need shit to craft, right? We're gonna need to craft tools. And guess who's been spending the last 2 hours gathering shit? Yeah? It's a win-win. Running around the island like a fucking madman, gathering everything I could possibly get. Because I'll then be able to craft the thing that I need to gather the other things that I need. Stonks. And then we can expand, like, immediately. I won't have to bother with running around getting a shit ton of palm logs, right? Or island logs. Or none of that shit, really. I mean, yeah, sure, I did just, like, spend a surplus. But, like... And it's probably nicer to have the surplus, but, like... We've already, like, accumulated a shit ton of things. And it's not like they're gonna ask for a lot, either. Right? What are they gonna ask for? They're gonna ask for, like, 10 logs. 10 palm logs. Like, a branch. Right? The mammoths don't need that much. Right? What I'm saying is that a little bit of time spent now saves a shit ton of time later down the road. Right? Especially since, like, I've just been, like, gathering random things, right? I have a little bit of everything. Or a lot of it. A lot of it of everything, depending on how far this goes and how long I take it. Right? Like, I'll make a bet right here. I'll make a bet. Top of the hour, by the time 4 PM comes, and the workshop and shit is finished, I won't even need them for EXP. I won't even need them for EXP. Like, worst case scenario, I will need, like, to gather just 100 more things. By the time those things are done. Right? By the time those things are done, I won't even need the EXP gained from completing their projects. I'll be done. Or practically done, for that matter. And then, that gives us a big boost at the start of rank 6. A nice starting point for rank 6. So I won't need to do much grinding of anything else. Right? Look positively. This is what I failed to do, by the way, when I leveled all my crafters and did the insane thing of gathering 100 things. Like, I failed to realize that because I did that, all my gatherers leveled up to level 80 in the interim. Or 90, right? All of them were level 90 already. And that I did not need to bother with the left quests, or leaf quests, of the other levels in between, like the big ones, right? Because I already gathered a shit ton. You cannot lose! Like, I'm gathering all this copper right now. And, like, by the time we need an extra tool at rank 6 to make, to gather more things, to make something else, like, fucking, like, boom. I'll have, like, 50 copper by then. Okay, maybe not that much copper, because I'm not gonna focus entirely on copper. In fact, I'm probably gonna leave this area in a bit. But, but case in point, like, I'll be set. I won't be wanting for a lot of materials after this. Right? The only issue is that all of this gathering might become obsolete in Moods by the time we get the mammoths to do it. But that's just all for the better, right? The mammoths will gather the things that I like really need but don't bother like going out for. And then I don't know where I was gonna spin that, honestly. Like I don't know how I was gonna spin that positively. The thing I'm doing right now is like practically useless, honestly. Like 10, you only get 10 per, and there's like multiple thousands worth of EXP. Like. The only reason why I looked at the number 638.5 gatherings and just was like, alright, bad, was because I fucking done it before. Literally have done this before. Because this is literally just gathering. And I've gathered hundreds, if not thousands, of random bullshit that I need to craft other random bullshit that was needed for me to level up my crafting. I remember when I got all my gatherers up to level 80, back when Cap was 80, and I was going through, I was doing it in the fucking diadem. The diadem doesn't even give that much EXP per gather. You were much better off with literally any other gathering method. Especially if your gatherers weren't at the same level as whatever thing you were crafting is basically pointless. It was futility. I still leveled up all my gatherers to level 80 that way. Like, how much did I need to gather for that? You think, right? Like, every diadem gather gave you, like, what? Like, a couple hundred EXP? You, like, feel like maybe 1,000, maybe a couple thousand. I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, you needed, like, several million EXP to level up gatherers from 70 to 80. I wasn't even stuck in a diadem to grab shit that I needed. The shit that I was gathering when I was in diadem to level up my gatherers during Ishgard Restoration, I didn't need any of it. Either I would have needed it like 20 levels ago, or like either I would have needed it like 20 levels ago, or fucking like I didn't have a use for it. I don't have a use for it, or it's something like above the level of which I'm crafting right now, but it's the most efficient way to get EXP. You know, right? Actually, no, because in the diadem, everything gave you the same amount of EXP, higher level or lower level. It's just what level your gatherer is at that mattered. So never mind that. But still. On brighter news, I have about 18 more gatherers until 15,000 EXP. That's lovely. From then on, I would need 300 more. That's something to think about. Would have been smart. Fucking selecting granary instead of workshop. Right? Then I would have just left this island alone. I wouldn't be here doing this. I would be fucking off doing something else. Like, you know, I could be doing a lot of everything. I could be leveling my crafters. I'm never gonna do that. I could be leveling up my red mage. I could be leveling up Y'shtola's avatar for trust, because she's pretty close to level 90, right? She's like reasonably close. You know? There's like a run of something, and then like maybe a run or two of Aisha Scope, maybe 3 runs of Aisha Scope. I could fucking switch to my alt and have done something on her, right? like, like whatever it is she needs to do. I could have done a lot of things. Could have done a lot of things. Instead, I chose to just say, fuck it, stay on the island, gather like 638 things, and be done with it. Like, what kind of a madman would make that decision, yeah? It's not as if... it's not as if I, like... I don't even remember exactly what several hundred items I gathered for those leave quests were, right? How many hundred it was. Because it was 100 of everything, or thereabouts, that I wanted to use and do and need. And, like, I don't even remember, like, exactly what the materials were, how many materials I needed, whatnot, as well as the, oh god, the excess amounts of material, the leftovers, the amount of leftovers I had when doing that was crazy. Actually, what was funny, it's not funny, what was agonizing, actually, was that the leftovers were used to make more shit for other jobs. No, what's more agonizing, actually, was that doing the leave quests, sometimes the reward for a leave quest was, sometimes the reward for a leave quest is 300 more, by the way, is the material, or part of the materials you needed to craft the thing that you just turned in. And sometimes the reward was something that you need for another leave quest just wholesale. I'm not gonna think about how stupid that is logically, and just think about how much that made me have to craft way more different things. Because I'm like, oh, shit, you gave me another one of these ingots that not only did you ask for more of, but was used in the making of this thing that I'm turning in right now, that I'm going to, like, give more of to you eventually anyways, which means I have to craft more things. Because I thought that I was going to craft about, like, what, everything used up, like, at most, like, 5 materials, right? So I was gonna craft at most, like, 20 some odd, right? 20 some odd of everything. I ended up crafting, like, 50 things for each class, I think. Just because of how ridiculous just because, and the worst part was that was because I was doing that to save myself brain power, because I didn't want to think about exactly how many materials I needed for everything for a level up, right? I only wanted to know, just like, I need to craft a shit ton of these. Go, right? So I know people have done crazier, right? People can and have gathered, like, a stack of things, like 100 things before, right? And just sold that outright on the market board because it's a lot more, so the fun thing. Sustainable sourcing. A cheap and unlocked. Gather resources from the wilds of your island sanctuary 1,000 times. Well, I now have proof of my insanity. That's one, by the way. That's just one, which means that hold on. the final one for this achievement doesn't even give you a title, by the way. I would have put the title "Insane Person" or something like that. Fucking crazy, um, or something to that effect. That's 3,000. Anyways, I'm not an achievement hunter, but yeah. Actually, I think I similarly when I was. I think. Hold on. Crafting and gathering. Whatever. Gathering a shit ton of things, man. That's the crux of this all. Of all of this. Alright, so what do we feel about the big 300? Actually, it's 270 now. 270. I'm surprised at the rate of which I'm getting all of this, right? And gathering all of this. I started this about an hour ago. This insanity grind. And, I've actually made some pretty substantial progress. I'm actually... I just realized I'm over halfway through. The number of things I had to do in gather was 638 and a half. I need less than 300, which means I need less than half. So, you know, if there was ever a point of no return, long since passed it. Long since passed it. Ugh. Just to think that. Rank 6? What do you get at rank 6 even, right? There's 10 ranks. Do I get a new tool? Of course I'm gonna get a new tool. But, like, do I get to make maybe a new restraints, right? Maybe, right? All the things I could gather. All the things I could gather. I think I am actually going insane if I'm actually looking forward to more gathering after my 600 gathering. My 600 gathering speed. It's technically not all the way there because, you know, like, several times before and now I could just... And that right there was 140 Ion EXP. Or do this. And that right there is 90 EXP. But it does not change the fact that that the majority of what I've been doing was just gathering. Right? That's not changed that the majority of what I've been doing was just gather shit. Actually, I went all the way over here for the clans, yeah? Yeah. We gotta pillage the entirety of this little, key cove? Whatever. I'm gonna pillage the... No, I'm not, because there's more area, which means that this is a big enough place to make an entire loop. I just didn't make an entire loop first time around. And that there's more to this place than just this small little outlet. Good to know that, good to know that. We'll be underwater for a good while. I realized that, like, if I had this amount of dedication to push-ups or sit-ups, I'd be fucking ripped. Like, I'd be jacked. Right? Or maybe I wouldn't be. I know that's not technically how fitness works. It's less of, like, how many reps you can do and more like, okay, but how often are you doing a shit ton of reps? Right? And oftentimes you don't really want to, like, do a shit ton of reps, right? A lot of people want to exercise just to sustain their current body, as opposed to build muscle. Hell, what if you don't want to build muscle? What if you want to get skinnier, right? Right? Then you totally wouldn't want to be doing a shit ton of reps, actually, because you don't want to build muscle, because you want to get skinnier, right? I guess that, you know, if you got a bunch of body fat, then I guess that, like, you're going to do a shit ton of reps regardless. But like for the sake of losing body mass, like, all you need to do is just use up energy. I guess that's what reps are, right? It's just using up the energy, as opposed to, like, upping the set, or, like, upping the weight, right? Upping the weight would build muscle, but I'm not gonna get too far into the theory of it, obviously. Just but I am the type of person to, like, not really up the set or the rep, because I actually am pretty happy with my body right now. I don't really feel as though any issues that I have with my body, let's just say, won't be changed by just exercising more. It would be by just changing my diet, which is yeah. That's another part of working out, is whatever you're eating. You have to make sure you're eating the right shit. Like, if you want to lose weight, right? Say you want to, like, lose the body fat, you're not going to do an intensive workout and then afterwards just eat a shit ton of chicken nuggies, right? That's just not gonna work. That isn't gonna work, right? That just won't. There's a time and place for chicken nuggies in everybody's diet. Don't get me wrong. It's just when you're specifically trying to lose body fat, that might not be the smartest decision to do, right? And of course, there's ways to lose body fat and burn body fat without having to, like, think about what you're eating, really. Of course, right? But that, like, is under the assumption that you're constantly doing shit and you're not eating a lot, right? Like, you're constantly using up energy and burning the fat, and there's not a lot of, like, fat that you're eating. But it is possible. Like, ultra fasting, right? Fasting for, like, a month. Which sounds like lunacy to me, but people have done it. Works. You know? Again, to me, it's absolute lunacy, because I can't even think. I can't even imagine going even, like, a day without food. But, like, people have done it, and it does work. The issue from there is that, like, you gotta build a habit of not eating a lot from then on, right? And obviously it's just better just eat anyways. But that does work. Still. Everybody's body is different as well. So, like, what works for someone might not work for you. Right? Like, if all someone else did was just, like, eat a bunch of kale chips, and, like, walked around the block for 30 minutes, it might not work for you. Right? Like, maybe you're in a state where like, walking is not intense enough exercise. Or maybe you don't like kale chips or something like that, I don't know. We just need 2,000 more EXP, by the way. And I'm of course not saying don't exercise, right? Exercise is extremely important, if not for, like, building your self-image, right? Or, like, getting a specific body type, right? If it isn't for that, then there's a bunch of other benefits to exercising. Mental health, that's a big one, right? So. I'm just saying, like, if you want to achieve a specific result, then technically there's some things that you would think you would have to do that you don't actually have to do at the end of the day, right? Like, for instance, this is one of my favorite stories from Hollywood because it's just, like, it's both inspiring and horrifying. Christian Bale, when preparing for the role of Batman, in the Nolan movies, the movie he was in right before Batman Begins had him, I don't remember what the movie was called, but it had him be really, really skinny. He actually had to fast a shit ton in order to actually be in the role, because the character he was playing was supposed to be, like, anorexic, so. And imagine, like, you know, his agent comes back and it's just like, good news! You're playing Batman! Bad news! Like, the second you're done filming this, you're going to have to start bulking up. And he did! He started bulking up by eating a diet of exclusively protein. So that he could build his muscle. And doing a shit ton of workouts. Again, to build muscle. And I mean, like, you know, if anybody who's seen Batman Begins will know it fucking worked out at the yeah, at the end, right? But, like, oh god, I can't imagine. I think I don't have a specific story for this, but generally speaking, like, you know, like, you know how many Hollywood men, like, have, like, rock hard abs and whatnot, right? There's a lot of things that they do to make abs look like that on screen. One, you have to dehydrate yourself, actually, to have abs show up like that on screen. Because here's the thing about abs specifically, compared to any other muscle group, is that, like, you can have really rock hard abs, but they won't show because there's too much body fat in between the ab muscle themselves or the skin. Right? And the way to remedy that is to have a proper diet, right? to cut down on the body fat in between the muscle and the skin. Of course, working out your core does help with that, right? But there's a point where the muscle, like whatever the muscle mass is, doesn't matter. The fat's covering it up. You need to get rid of the fat. And you know, a lot of people have to do a lot of cheats. Like, for instance, like water weight exists. Water weight is a thing. You get more bloated with water in you, right? Which is why you know, actors with really hard abs on screen are like dehydrated when that happens, right? When they're showing that, and why sometimes when you see the muscular builds of some like Hollywood characters or movie characters, like sometimes their abs don't look as hard as like they do in like promotional images or other parts of the movie, even or other parts of the movie series. I looked at a case of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, actually. That's a big example, because there was only one scene in Homecoming where Tom Holland took his shirt off, right? Only one scene. Like, everybody saw those abs, right? And, like, that's not something that Tom Holland had naturally. He had to do a shit ton of sit-ups and have a very specific diet. And at the time of the set, be basically, like, hungry and thirsty. Really hungry and thirsty. To shoot that one shot. Compare that to the scene in Far From Home, where he was shirtless, because he had a second shirtless scene in Far From Home. Like, it looks like a different body, because it is a different body. He's played a bunch of different roles since Spider-Man in Homecoming, and had to do a lot of different other things. And most importantly, like, the workout just straight up was different, so... The human body is very volatile, is what I'm trying to get at, right? For example, another example is Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is actually one of the best examples, actually, because everybody knows him as Star-Lord and whatnot, right? When he was in Parks and Rec, I feel like a lot of Chris Pratt stans have not watched Parks and Rec, because any reasonable human being who has watched Parks and Rec cannot look at Star-Lord as a hottie, because in Parks and Rec, Chris Pratt was like a pork chop, right? He had like a near beer belly. He was not that attractive looking in Parks and Rec, which makes sense, right? Because he was just playing an average guy, you know. He was just he's just playing just a dude in Parks and Rec, or essentially that, right? Just effectively speaking, like, you know, a guy who wasn't constantly doing superheroics. And thus would not be expected to have a really fit body, right? So it makes sense. But when he was cast as Star-Lord, he suddenly did have to play a character that was expected to be really fit, and it has to do all these superheroics and do all that shit. And in working out a shit ton, like, now, like, after working out a shit ton, he has the body he has now, that everybody drools over, right? Or, like, another example, actually a more recent example, is Natalie Portman, for, Thor: Love and Thunder. She bulked up a shit ton for Thor: Love and Thunder, but because she had to also play, like, regular Jane Foster, as opposed to, like, Lady Thor, like, they had to shoot her both while she was really, really buff, and also while she was really, really skinny. And after seeing, like, a lot of, like, the promotional shit, like the tours and interviews that Natalie Portman did, after the release of 411 Thunder, I saw that she was skinny again, which means that she bulked up for, like, in pre-production, and was bulky and, like, built for, like, the beginning, and had to get skinny again for her Jane Foster scenes later, after the fact. So, as opposed to the other way around, where like she started filming all the scenes off really skinny, and then bulked up for the Lady Force scenes. And I suppose that makes sense, right? To a degree, because like, you know, like being really buff is a very specific role, and Natalie Portman has to film other things where she's just normal petite Natalie Portman. So like, but I can't imagine how torturous that actually had to end up being. Like, to give some perspective as to how hard it is to lose muscle mass. Like, I worked out a lot in freshman year in high school, and then like slowed down when COVID came around when I was a junior on the workout bit. I haven't even lost all the muscle that I gotten in freshman year. I somehow built more muscle, actually, funnily enough. Like, anybody who saw me when I went into high school, I was, like, really skinny when I got into high school. Like, in 8th grade and into high school, I was really skinny. I look back at, like, pictures of myself from, like, back when I was in 8th grade, and I'm like, man, right? And I, like, because I didn't really grow too much in height since then. Like, I'd grown a little bit in height, but, like, I'll put on, like, some of my old, like, 8th grade things that I used to wear. And, like, it's tight on me now. Right? Like, I had this button-up shirt back in 8th grade. I never really buttoned up, but, like, I could, right? Comfortably button it up. And now, like, I'm afraid of, like, popping button. Which, I mean, like, I get it's a desirable trait, right? But I actually don't like that. I don't like wearing clothes that are like a size too small for me. It's uncomfortable. Again, I know that like that's a desirable thing to like show off your muscles and whatnot, but like I've actually kind of like circled around to wanting to be skinny again. So like, but that's just for muscle. Like it's much more difficult to get rid of a fat cell than it is to get rid of a muscle cell. I'll tell you why. Your body burns muscle before it burns fat. Fat is your reserve energy, not your main source of energy. Your main source of energy is the sugar you have. Then it's your muscle. Then it's your fat. So in order to lose body fat, you have to burn muscle first before you burn body fat. Which is why it's totally unrealistic to expect someone to go from rotund and fat to a bodybuilder unless they already were really muscular underneath all the fat. And a lot of the time it's like you don't really want to get rid of fat. Like there's a reason why humans have evolved to create a large store of it. Think Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. Like, they're your reserve energy. That's what fat is. It's your reserve energy. It's for the lean times when you really need it. It is bad to not have some of it at least, right? just in case you go through lean times or use up a shit ton of energy, right? But at the same time, it's not good as well to have it too much fat because it's hard to live when you are like really, really round. Again, like think Fat Gum in Hiroaka. Like that guy's superpower is literally just an accelerated version of what the human body normally does. It is to like store energy in fat and then release it all. Right? Anyways, we need about 100 more, which shocks me to my core, especially considering we're not even at the top of the hour, which means I'm winning the bet. I'm winning the bet that I will level up to rank 6 doing just this, and by the time the top of the hour came. So, man. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to do this actually. To be perfectly honest, like I thought to myself that like, it's possible, right? It's possible, but I thought I would go absolutely fucking mad. And I guess I might have gone a little crazy doing this, but like I've already lost a shit ton of sanity gathering and crafting, so. Like, I didn't really lose that much sanity doing this. Yeah, like, I've been wanting to get skinnier. It's tough in my case, actually. Because, I don't go out a lot, but I do exercise regularly. But the problem is that, like, my exercises, like, the exercises I'm doing are from freshman and sophomore year when I was trying to build muscles, right? When I was trying to do that, and that's what the exercises I've mainly been trying to do. Have been, which is, you know, I don't want to build more muscle, right? And I don't really have a lot of fat in me either, so like, oh, thank you, Annabelle. Yeah, cute ADI, yeah. I'm almost at rank 6. Like, I just need like 50 more, I think, right? 52 more. I can count it in my head. Again, I did not think I was gonna be able to do this. I mean, I knew it was possible, and I knew I was gonna do it, right? Just might as well, because, like, so... because I've done worse. Actually, 600... gathering 600 things, I think when I was leveling up my gatherers and whatnot, I didn't even gather 600 things. I think I gathered... or 600 things wasn't even it. Like, I think I gathered in total, because there were a couple where I gathered like 200 or 300 of, right? Because I like multiple crafters needed those materials. So I like so I must have gathered way more than 600 things. And to think that, like, that also took me, like, what, 4 or 5 hours to gather everything? I think. 3, 4 hours. Something crazy like that. I've only been spending 2 hours, on this comparatively, so... Relatively speaking, I actually haven't... I've actually done worse. I've actually done worse than this. Can we beat the clock though? I have 9 minutes until the workshop and granary are finished. But like, can I rank up before those are done? Let's see. Oh, let me start crafting something actually. Crafting some feed. That'll help. That's 50 EXP right there. What about the restraints? How much can I make? 80 EXP right there. Okay, now I need to gather 20 more things in general. My inventory is a fucking mess. There's too much of it. Yeah. I have done worse. Far worse. Oh, I talk a lot about the pain of gathering all that stuff. Honestly, the most painful part was crafting everything. I didn't have it. I made the horrible mistake of not having a crafting macro. So I couldn't just press a button, look away, and scroll through Twitter until I was done. I actually had to like engage in the crafting and craft like. I don't even remember how much shit I crafted. It's definitely way more than several hundred. I can't even imagine. All of that was just blurred together to me. But that was the most painful part, was crafting all that shit. As opposed to just... Ooh, wait a minute. We're almost there. 4 more. 3. 2. 1 more. Here we go. Rank 6. Make that scythe. Okay, alright. I'm surprised I can make the scythe immediately. Huh, okay. Let's talk to the little manic guy, see what he needs other than tools in the team. Does it require me to have... Does it require me to have, renovated something? Or... Thorny enough to scratch off my whiskers, I'd wager. I cut up nice and good, but you know the drill. I need proper tools and calories. Where do I can't craft a new mammoth-sized Go-Dart tools? But I can get a new makeshift restraint. So I suppose I'll just gather some island hemp. Where do I get island hemp? What plant is it that gives me that? Oh wait, no. Like, I think it'll unlock once I get the new material that I need to make it with. really, that's not how it worked there, and that's not how it's gonna work here. Is it just that I have to wait a day? Oh no, do I have to wait a day in order to expand it? I am going to be furious. Let's at least make those makeshift restraints, because I think it's those that can... I think it might be those that are able to get me. No! Don't leave me! Come back! Ugh. Whatever. I'll have other chances to get a lean. Alright, what do I get from this now that I have a scythe? Sugarcane! That's what it is. It's not bamboo, it's sugarcane. Okay. What about this? This is probably just cotton. Yep, it's cotton. Now I can grab more different things. Where do I get the hemp? I'm wondering. Or do I have to craft the hemp? No, wait, no. That'd be stupid if I had to craft the hemp. The stalk of the sun-kissed plant contains fibers for leafing. Oh, it's the pineapple-looking things. Hold on, let me go find that then. It's V's, right? This will give me the hemp? Yeah! Hold up, though. I can't make more tools, though. Where do I get that? Like, who do I talk to get the recipe for... Oh, I might have to talk with the furball one. The kitty cat, yeah. That might be it. That might be where I got the recipe originally. Because they were the ones who, like, knew how to make that. Like, make a hammer and whatnot, right? Or an axe. Perhaps I talk to you? Perhaps not, maybe? Yeah, how do I get this? Like, hold on, rank 6. Oh, I'm gonna look it up. Island Sanctuary. Rank 6 expansion. Like... Island Sanctuary expansions. What's the guy's name again? Dennis Dice What about that? Valiant? Damn it, tools. Here we go. Let me look at Pathfinder 4. Path 1. Mark 4. Is it rank 7 to do that instead? Because if it is, then that gives me the same ass feeling as like applying for a class that you thought was in your major and learned that it was just an elective and you didn't need to do it. That's literally the exact same fucking feeling if that were the case. I am actually going to be very, very miffed if that were the case. Is it actually a rank 7? Because if it is, let's see how much I can make with the granary. How much I can gather with a granary then, if that's the case. Because this is finished now, so. But like, it almost perched on the very top. Granny has been instructed to speak with the excitable explorer near the cozy cabin to dispatch a foraging mission. Okay. Let's go on a foraging mission expedition before instating the new workshop, because I am genuinely very curious as to how effective this is. Let's just do 1 day for now, since it's like 50. So I can get certain resources from certain places. Let's see what I would want to make, actually, considering that. So I have a Upper Roots operation going, and a clam operation going. Let's see what I would want to do, maybe. Knife, maybe. Culinary knives, maybe. Maybe brushes. Maybe brick counters. I don't think I can. Cavalier's hat or rope. Let's do Cavalier's hat, maybe rope. Maybe go for materials for what you may call it. I think. Let's see. Rope requires hemp and vine, as well as just a ton of iron ore. For Cavalier's hat, I need Sanctuary Feathers, which they're not going to give me through just an expedition, so we'll ignore that then. What was the first thing I think I needed or wanted? Maybe from it? Can't do silver. What was the first thing I was looking at? I think I might need Cavalier's hat, rope, and knives, which need the sanctuary claws. So claws, I think it's probably gonna be best if I get from vines, or get vines and hemp, right? It's probably for the best if I do that, especially since they can't get animal materials. The vines and hemp strap. Let's pay them for 1 day's worth of expeditioning for that now, and see how much that gets me tomorrow. And then maybe I'll be fine with my decision. But honestly, I want a 2-2 split because I don't want to have a third workshop. Right? But, I mean, of course I'm getting one, so... Which means that if that's the case, I'm going to work this workshop to the bone. It's... I did not want it here, so the idea of having this here in the first place is not bueno. Worked it to the bone. On brutes, since I have a lot of material for those, so constantly doing that. My handy dandy little planner is going to, at least I have the maximum amount of workshops, right? So I won't be worried about actually accidentally making another one. So that's nice, I guess. I can renovate it actually now. hemp. I can gather hemp. And it can operate while being renovated. Let me look for a good place to gather shit ton of hemp. There. Okay, that makes sense. That tracks. That tracks. I'm gonna gather a lot of hemp, and then I'll have that workshop renovated. I guess I'll renovate all the workshops actually. Might as well, right? Since I have more than enough material to go around for a lot of things. And clearly I did not really mind spending 2 hours gathering shit. So if it ever required me to do multiple hours worth of gathering shit. The only issue is just I do also want a shit ton of hemp for restraints as well. Is there a way, or I guess the best way is just gather hemp and only hemp and just don't stop for the next like unreasonable section of time again. I suppose that would be the best way to go about it, yeah. I wonder how many they're gonna bring back within a day, right? Because I can tell you that, like, personally, a day's worth of gathering in a certain area is going to be, like, for me, like, a shit ton, right? As evident by the amount of shit that I've accumulated, like, you know, the past 2 hours. But, as well as the fact that it's, like, I don't really want to think about, like, I don't really think about, like, what I'm gathering. Or I didn't really think about what I was gathering, because I wasn't going for anything just in particular. I was mainly getting shit to get shit. So, like... yeah, like, I just... It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, and I only needed, like... I only needed 5 temp in order to renovate. 10. I needed 10. So, a lot. I needed 5 to make the restraints. Excuse me. That's what I was thinking of. No, I needed 3 to make the restraints. I'm gonna make a couple of them. And the reason why I'm gonna make them and forego my hemp is because, one, I don't really care about renovating shit right now. Like, I said that, like, might as well, right? But I really, really don't care. And secondly, I want more animals. I want different animals. I want that black chocobo. I'm going to go hunt for that black chocobo after I'm done gathering all this. Because I want a black chocobo. I just do. I'm wondering, like, how much material they're going to bring back. Right? Because depending on how much material they bring back, like, I would have had nothing to worry about, right? But if they brought back, like, a whole ton of nothing, right? Like, say they only brought back, like, ooh, I don't know, something. Like, say they only brought back, like, 10 of each of the things that they were getting. It sounds it sounds like lunacy to ever use a granary, right? Or to not have the maximum amount of them. But I doubt it. I doubt it. It takes 10. It takes just 10 to just make something, anything, right? It'd be ridiculous if the requirement was, or of the stuff they brought back from 1 day's worth of grinding was just to make one building, you know? Especially considering that, like, for me as a player, it only takes about 30 minutes to grab 10 of, like, several things. It's just increasingly more ridiculous the more you think about it. The Mammoth only bringing back, the Mammoth's only bringing back 10 things. I'm paying calories as well. I'm paying shit. I'm paying them Seafarer's calories. They better come back. Like, cause like, you use those for a lot of things. You don't get a lot of those. And just, yeah. Okay. God, no. I don't want the deer. I want the black chocobo. I'm going to hunt for the black chocobo. That's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna let anything distract me now that I have these new strengths. I also should probably check out someone else's island, maybe, right? This guy's online right now, so I can definitely ask him if he wants to, if he's okay with me checking out his island. Because I actually don't know what you can do on another player's island. I have no idea. I just know that you can visit other players' islands. Wait, is that... No, that's the regular chocobo. Where's the black chocobo that I saw? Chocobo. Where was the black chocobo? I guess it is a rare spawn. So I guess I do gotta wait for it. Keep on trying to gather more hemp so I can capture more. God! I have to be really close to it in order to gather it up. guess I should probably focus on trying to get the heavy as opposed to focus on any of these other plants. Or rocks or trees or whatnot. I want to stick around the area so I can see the black chocobo spawn if it's going to eventually. Okay, let me just grab some more hempfire. Actually, I'm gonna go over to where all the sugarcane plants are, just so I can satisfy myself with being able to get all that sugarcane. There's a hemp plant over there. Honestly though, I think I'm starting to lose steam. After learning that like I can't actually expand the island at rank 6, it has to be rank 7, a lot of my motivation was lost. Yeah, that means I'm stuck with the one granary for a good while. But again, who knows? Maybe the one granary is going to be more than enough, right? Maybe just having only one granary is plenty. Right? Maybe. After all, I saw someone wanted to swap out their 2 granaries to max out workshop, but I can only suspect that they just wanted to max out how many workshops they had, as opposed to working with granary. And clearly, like, clearly, you know, gathering what I need doesn't bother me. If I'm leaping into the field to gather 600 things, you know. But I don't know. Just totally thought that I really could just kind of. I mean, I guess I technically can just kind of just fuck off right now, actually. Right? Like maybe grab a chocobo instead of the black one, and then. Done. Right? No more. I would no more until tomorrow when I come back. Let me see if the black chocobo spawned again. What's the spawn? I wonder what the spawn like timer for those are. Because, like, I know they just disappear after a bit, right? Do they spawn at, like, specific times of the day? Is there, like, a trigger for them, right? Is there just a percent chance that they just show up, right? Whenever you're on the island? Or whenever, like, a cycle has been, like, done? Maybe I should wait, like, a cycle, right? Like, wait until, like... I don't know. I think I should just chill. I think I should just relax. Honestly. I have 123 island sand. I think it's a good time to just relax for now. Right. Next return is going to be 1 a.m. this. I think it's just relax. I feel like Squidward in that one episode where like he like tasked SpongeBob with managing the Krusty Krab after Mr. Krabs is like in the hospital because like he lost his arms, right? Like his arms got popped off, and so Squidward like was like, "Ooh, finally, I can actually like take a day off of work without my manager nagging at me as long as SpongeBob does the work for both of us." So he tasked SpongeBob with the register and the kitchen and decided, yeah, you do that. I'm going to go and do errands, he says. When really he was just gonna relax at home, right? And then like the whole joke of the episode was that like he couldn't trust SpongeBob to not fuck shit up, so he couldn't relax at all. So he constantly kept on running back to the Krusty Krab to see if SpongeBob was still working and wasn't like blowing up the Krusty Krab or something like that, or causing a shit ton of issues, or giving away all the money or something to that nature, right? And instead of just accepting the fact that, like, you know, he doesn't trust SpongeBob with doing his job right, or trusting SpongeBob that he would do his job right, he instead just kept on running back and forth and couldn't relax, and it was constantly stressed. And honestly, that is way more relatable than it has any right to be. Case in point, I just need to fucking like sit down. I just need to sit down. I just need to sit down. Like, my inventory is a mess. I have like 60 of everything. Like, you know the Brutes that we're making that are gonna be on the rise in the supply and demand thing? Where are they? Ironworks Barut. There's a helmet. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sauerkraut, there it is. Yeah. The predicted demand is going to be really high, and I'm gonna flood the market, and it's not gonna be that. Yeah. I still have excess, by the way. Like, it's requiring, like, what, 30? Actually, have just enough, actually. I can't make much more. Never mind. But I think I just need to chill. So I'm gonna chill. I don't know what we're gonna be doing tonight. If we're gonna do D&D in 30 minutes, just as the scheduled time, or if we're gonna do raids, just to finish them, because they didn't finish raids last night. Nor did they finish the story. That might be what they want to focus on. So, just in case we do one of those things and not the other, I'm gonna end the stream and fucking take a break. Because I just went on a whole spiel about relaxing, and I don't wanna go into the D&D game like this. No. So, I gotta stop the stream and just end the stream here. We'll pick back up probably 30 minutes from now. Quick, probably D&D. Hopefully I'll have a little more energy by then. So yeah.